wasn't planned. No words for this video, but you can listen to the previous one if you want to know what this is about, or you can just see, or you can just ignore it. Yeah, I just put my laundry into the washing machine. That's the easy half. I tend to mess up the other one where you take it out and hang it to dry. So that should be in 1.5 hours, which means about 4:30, 4:45. Met my roommate in the laundry room. And also the whole trip through the house, whatever the call. I mean, it's with these things, it's in this context, it's not useful to analyze cause and effect, but I'm feeling very restless right now, very much in pain and very anxious. So normally I would just lie down, put my hand on my heart and try to connect, but since the camera is running, I'm actually able to keep sitting. I can see on my facial expression that like in what state of kind of looks like being under a lot of pressure. And of course there's the effect from the herbs and also the medication, of course, I've taken, which makes it possible for me to actually right now do things, tidy up my room and so on. Just feeling into myself. How I can balance out my body, I feel like I want to stay here and do my best to just take care of my room stuff, because if I went out into the garden right now, I'm kind of I'm also kind of running away from the whole situation, and I have to return here after all and sleep here, and it's if I don't do anything about it, it's gonna get worse. I mean, there's some dirty dishes and stuff like that, and yeah, and generally, I mean, the longer, yeah, things just accumulate. Doesn't it's just entropy. Doesn't help. Will make it harder and harder to live here, and I definitely won't go back to the hospital. I wouldn't be admitted anyway, I guess. Even then, it's really been enough for now. Yeah, but apparently when the camera is running, I'm just talking. That's That's the thing. So that's like really typical when I want to start doing something. So I recorded a video previously, and I said that I felt tired and exhausted and not able to clean up. But then somehow the energy came back, and I started this video. I started, and well, after a couple of minutes my energy was gone again, but I'll just leave the video rolling. That's what, if I lie down, I'm not in the picture anymore. If I keep on sitting without a timer, I might get boring too. But then again, it's not a video meant to be watched. I'm still vacillating a bit. I'm still trying to feel whether I want to take I think in spite of everything, I'll take a little bit of Canna. Because it's rather the case that I don't feel like taking this herb than than taking too much, and I mean it's the one thing that that for now, for the coming days, is that I hope to rely on to have some stability and some ability to help myself and just get my priorities done and move through the day in a good and productive manner. I mean, on one hand, there's the feeling and this typical pattern that I want to change the state of my nervous system so as to enable me to, for example, continue cleaning up my room or do something else which is productive, or at least to be more with myself and so on. And that's not a positive pattern, because that's something that should and will vanish from my life over time. But past 2 days have kind of shown that it's still necessary to act in this way for now. I mean, I can make the comparison to life at the hospital, and there I survived somehow without descending into a completely overly debilitated state, then I didn't have to take care of anything, and I didn't have to do anything. I mean, yeah, but I've talked about all this. Yeah, that's the kind of the negative side, and then on the positive side, as I've described before, my experience with this herb is like really positive, and it's not necessarily gonna help me clean up, but it will more and more allow me to be aligned with myself, with my heart, my emotions, my body, be grounded, and in a way be more, be less anxious, more calm, better able to interact with people, and so on. It's still something I rely on from the outside, and something when discontinued, my state of my nervous system would plummet again. That's how I experienced it the last time. But then also the way it works is that it just builds upon the state I'm in and enhances it and kind of keeps it from dropping down again and stabilizes it. So I will take it now, though I can feel like from the balance of energies and flavors, it's also not the perfect thing. I mean, what would be really good now would be some fruit juice or some fruits to balance out the state of my whole system and my body. I can feel that very clearly. It's something I've always I really know that feeling really well. It's like even more familiar to me than hunger or thirst. And someone once, someone who did an energetic reading of me once told me that it's actually a lack of the Vata energy from, as it is called in Ayurvedic medicine, which is interesting, and I did read a bit about this system. It's very interesting, especially if you know about Chinese medicine. I think Chinese medicine and Tibetan medicine, then classical Indian medicine, basically the Ayurveda and similar traditions, and then there's the classical Greek medicine, which became the medieval Islamic medicine, and over Persia it came to India as well. So I think it's still practiced in Pakistan as Unani medicine, which means Greek medicine. Ionian medicine is Unani or Unani, and I think in Arabic is Unani al-Tib or something. I don't know. I haven't researched that one yet. But they all. I'm really digressing now. So my point is, I'm gonna take maybe I'm actually, since I'm here on camera and the camera is running, it would be interesting to actually observe. So I think I'll take almost a whole spoonful. And because maybe this way it's easier for me to observe what effect it has on me and how I act differently before and after. It might be quite interesting. And also to balance my different energies and kind of raise the vata aspect of what I've consumed today. I still have some salads in my fridge. I just feel unable to prepare it right now. It's a weird thing that everything that requires more fine motor skills is harder to do for me. That would include brushing my teeth and washing dishes and preparing food, cooking. It probably came from so much stress over the years, and also probably from some side effects from some medication, though I can make some guesses like what influenced what and what are the after effects of what, but that's not the topic right now. So actually I will take a spoonful of this, which, I mean, given that it's not so much, it's a bit of a gamble. I'm just gambling that my state will markedly improve, and then I can just continue taking minute amounts to keep that state going. And yeah, maybe it will even work. I mean, it's not only pure mechanics. There are many factors, so maybe I can reach a state which allows me to just mentally, emotionally find a certain amount of well-being and balance, and establish some kind of baseline that will last for a longer time. So I shouldn't really do the maths and look at like how much I got, and if I take that much in one day, it will be used up by the end of next week, and then there's nothing anymore, and then everything will go down in a mess again. But I can tell from experience that it's not exactly like this. So yeah, that's how much I took. That's basically a spoonful. I'll drink some water first, because the traditional way it was consumed in Africa mostly by the I think originally mostly by the San people, the Bushman or Kung, I think, or Kung. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they, yeah, I think that's where the name Kanna comes from, and actually it's also their name for the eland antelope, which is a very big antelope. Looks almost like a cow, and I think it has a lot of fatty tissue in its neck area, which makes it highly prized food, and it's kind of a sacred animal for them, and there's somehow a connection between this sacred plant and animal. Anyway, it's not like it's various like Khoisan people and so on were using it as well. The earliest European documentation is from, I guess, the 17th century or so, or maybe the 18th century, by Dutch people. And as far as I know, it's quite commonly consumed in South Africa as an antidepressant, as a kind of recreational drug, and also for pain relief, for example, for toothaches and I guess sore throat and stuff like this. So it has some, yeah, obviously like antidepressant effects and pain relief are very much connected, which really makes sense if you think not in the framework of modern medicine, but just how it feels, right? Depression is like a very painful state. But yeah, I'm gonna have some water and then I'm gonna take it, and then I think I won't be able to talk for a while, or maybe I can talk with it, but talking's not the point of this whole video anyway. Maybe I'll put that on my drumming channel and I'll check back.